This is Sam Stark, and in this video we will be looking at the formation of NATO. So first of all, we need to look at the steps in the foundation of NATO, because it wasn't always certain that the US would commit itself to defending Western Europe. This is because US commonly like to stay isolated from other countries' political affairs, and many in the US thought that Europe should contribute towards its own defence. And at first, Western Europe did contribute towards its own defence with the creation of the Western European Union. Now this included members Britain, France, Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg, and this prevented any German resurgence which would threaten Europe. However, there was always the prospect of a USSR invasion of the Western Europe after they had taken Eastern Europe, and the USA decided that a more proactive approach was required. Now, the Soviet actions which enforced this idea were the communist government around Eastern Europe, the Berlin blockade, and China becoming communist in 1949. So these were the three main reasons why the US decided that they needed this proactive approach. So this meant that an Atlantic alliance was created to reassure Western Europe of US support against the USSR. And it reinforced the idea that the US were military present and they were better placed to prevent the spread of communism. And this all goes round to the idea of containment, which was in the Truman Doctrine. If you don't know about that, watch my previous video. So on April the 4th in 1949, NATO came into being after being signed in Washington, and the members pledged that they would defend any of the countries who were attacked as an attack against one signatory, and this was seen against all signatories. Now the initial NATO members were the Benelux countries, which is Belgium, Netherlands and Luxembourg, Norway, Denmark, Canada, Iceland, France, Italy, Portugal, and then the UK and the US. And it's worth mentioning that all these countries are capitalist countries. Now later, Turkey and Greece would join in 1952. West Germany would join in 1955, which was quite a big event, and then Spain joined in 1982, which had less significance. So the Soviet response was not as good because the NATO was seen as an aggressive organisation which coerced countries into following the interests of Britain, the US and other allies, and that's the view of the Soviets. So the USSR also denied any intent of attacking European states, even though they had many of these Stalinist governments. So the eventual Soviet response was the creation of the Warsaw Pact, which helped consolidate Soviet power. However, this was created much later in 1955. So thank you for watching this video, hope you enjoyed it, and see you soon. Bye.